Welcome to Channel 17, the Town of Colonie Government Channel.
Welcome to Parenting in the 21st Century. I'm Zina Shevchik. Today we have with us Mary Burke, who's the director of the Youth Bureau for the town of Colonie, and she's here to tell us all about the Youth Bureau programs. Thank you for taking the time to come today, Mary.
Thank you for having me, Zina.
Now, I understand that you were on our TV station about 3 or 4 years ago when we started our TV station. So
yes, I was.
This is a repeat performance, and so we're here to find out what the Youth Bureau is and what it does, if there's been any changes in the last few years. So go right ahead.
Okay. The Youth Bureau is located at 1653 Central Avenue. Okay, it's in an old school building. We are a town department, obviously, and we provide a variety of programs that, serve the community. Some of the programs, the programs that we do, South Colonie Central School District does a universal pre-K program, and this year we started what we call a wraparound program for the universal pre-K students. Those are kids that will be going into kindergarten in the 2010-2011 school year. We open at 7 in the morning and we close at 6 at night. So parents would drop their child off in the morning and then they are bused to school by the South Colonie Central School District, and then they're brought back to our building and then the parents pick them up.
What age is that? You said pre-K?
That is for our pre-K program.
So 4-year-olds?
Okay. Yes, 4-year-olds, basically 4-year-olds, kids that will be going to kindergarten next September. We also do a before and after school program, which again opens at 7 in the morning and goes until 6 o'clock at night, and that serves all of the South Colonie elementary schools and both of the middle schools. We take children through 6th grade right now, kindergarten through 6th grade. South Colonie went to a full-day kindergarten this year. So those kids, again, can be dropped off as early as 7 in the morning, and then they get on their appropriate buses to bring them, whether they're going to Veeder Elementary School, Roselleville, Forest Park, and then they're brought back after the school day in the afternoon, and their parents can pick them up until 6 o'clock in the evening. We also run holiday happenings camps, which are camps that we do during vacation breaks for the schools. That's something different from before and after school. Again, it runs from 7 in the morning until 6 in the afternoon. Go ahead.
So that means people who don't use the before and after school program, they can use the holiday program. So okay.
And that also pre-K is year round. I should mention that pre-K is year round, and then K through 6, the holiday happenings camps. Yes, children, anybody can come to those. The parents drop them off, pick them up. It's $30 a day. We do various activities. Yesterday, they went to Steamer 10 and saw a ventriloquist. Today, we have 2 bouncy bounces in the building, and they're there from 10 to 3, so the kids are doing that. Tomorrow, they will be going bowling, and then on Friday, we're doing a pizza party, and some of the older kids have put together a little play that they're going to be performing for everyone.
I should mention to our audience that we're taping on February 16th, 2010, so we're right in the middle of President's Week. So that's what Mary's talking about, is the holiday happenings camp occurring right now.
Right.
Now, they can sign up. It doesn't have to be for a whole week, and can be
no, they can go They can sign up for one day, or this week there's only 4 days, as Monday was a holiday, okay? So they can sign up for the entire 4 days, or they can sign up for 1 or 2 days. It's up to them. We base it on a daily rate, and that includes all activities that we do on-site and off-site.
And you'll have this during all school holidays, or
We
is it
do
just
this. We do this during all the school breaks, and on some of the individual holidays. Okay. South Colony, as you know, all the school districts do, have some staff development days where the kids are out of school for the day, and we will do a holiday happenings camp on that particular day to accommodate, parents that need to go to work that day. During the vacation breaks, such as April vacation, the Easter vacation, the kids have Good Friday off as well as the following week. That week will be a 5-day camp as opposed to just 4 days, because there are no, actual holidays, town holidays during that week. And then starting March 29th, we will have open registration for our summer camp program, which runs for 8 weeks during the summer. It begins on Monday, June 28th, and Friday, August 20th will be the last day. During that time, we do a lot with the kids. I should say, because we're in an old school building, kids are separated out by class. So it's not just a group of kids in one location or in a couple of locations. We actually have classrooms. So like this week, because we normally in our after-school program, we have about 125 kids. And we have the 4th, 5th, and 6th graders together, and then we have a kindergarten room, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade. Same with summer camp. It's based on what grade they're in, and that's how we separate them out. So during the summer, we're in the building on Mondays, and then on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons, we go to the town pool. And on Thursday and Friday, we either go on field trips off-site, or we do something special on-site. We go to Great Escape, Splashwater Kingdom. We go...
Pending weather.
Pending weather, that is true, pending weather. Although we have gone in some not-so-great weather. Because the kids, it gets kind of crazy being in that building.
Yes. They anticipate it too, and so it's a real letdown.
Right, and we go bowling, and we go to the movies, and usually what we do is on Wednesdays and Fridays. So let's say on Wednesday, the younger kids would go somewhere in the morning. Would go somewhere, like say bowling. The younger kids would go bowling, and the older kids would go to the movies. And then on Friday, we would have the older kids going bowling, and the younger kids going to the movies. We kind of switch it out. And all of our transportation is provided by the South Colony Central School District, by the bus garage. So we work that out. We're in the process of doing that right now. When we go to Great Escape, Splashwater Kingdom, that is usually all of the kids go. All of the groups go at one time. Then we do activities also on-site, like Camp Olympics. We have a camp fair. So the kids actually participate in putting those things together, and each room does something. Like for the camp fair, they set up a little table and they have a game at it. Again, it's up to them. They have to work together as a group to come up with something for camp fair. And the same with Camp Olympics. That is, we usually have bouncy bounces in on that day, and we do various activities and competitions amongst the kids. So they have a great time. They have a lot of fun.
Now is that something that you sign up for an entire summer, like the entire 8 weeks?
No, you can, summer camp, you can come 1 week, you can come all 8 weeks. It depends on, what your needs are. A lot of people are going on vacation, so, they may take a week or two off. Some kids, sometimes with younger kids, the parents, just so their child can get a feel for camp, will only sign them up for 1 or 2 weeks, especially kids that this is the first time that they've been coming to camp.
So getting used to
right, getting
being in that
used to it.
environment.
Yes, being in that environment, and it's not as structured as like the before and after school program is during the school year. It's definitely, because there's a lot of activities going on, and we have a lot of children in the building during that time period. We can accommodate up to about 195 kids during summer camp, and there are weeks when we have 185 to 190 kids in the entire building. Our camp staff to camp ratio, though, is we have 1 staff for every 6 children, and then we have supervisory staff. We also have medical directors who are kids, college kids normally, who have gone through a very intensive program to become medical directors. They're certified. And then we have 2 camp directors who are 2 of our full-time employees that work year-round, Aaron Vandenberg and Christine Anderson.
So this is through K through 6?
This is K through 6.
Okay.
Right. The pre-K kids, this will be our first summer with them, and we are going to be doing a few field trips with them. The staff that's been working with them all year will be doing, Lauren Hoyt, Emily Allen, and Stella Lee, they'll be doing a few field trips throughout the summer, but that will be completely separate from the K through 6 kids.
Okay.
Because that's regulated differently. We are regulated through the Office of Children and Family Services directly for the pre-K program. We're regulated through the the Capital District Child Care Coordinating Council for before and after school. And then during summer camp, the K through 6 is regulated by Albany County Health Department.
So you have rules and regulations
yes, and they're
to follow.
very, very
right.
stringent with regard to ratios. It's the same with before and after school. We have to have 1 staff for every 8 children, and we also, can't have more than 20 kids in a classroom. So yes, it's very regulated, and they just stop in and visit. And
this is what parents need to know. I
yes.
mean, they want to know.
Yeah, they want to know.
They
yes.
want to know that you are following guidelines and rules that the state and county and
right.
set up. Yeah, so
yes.
that their children are safe and they know they're in the
right.
right
They're safe and they know. And and again, Albany County requires that you have a medical director. Now, John Politis, who's the director of our Emergency Medical Services Department, he actually is the person that oversees our medical director. Well, I oversee them, but I guess he just oversees and makes sure that everything is in check there, and we have everything that we need on site, such as Band-Aids, ice packs. Kids love ice packs. We go through a lot of ice packs.
They want some attention, huh?
Yes,
TLC,
yes.
yeah.
The other thing that we have accomplished, because it's a huge accomplishment, during the summer we can do EpiPens and inhalers and things like that. That is why the medical directors are there. Many before and after school programs, and we were one of them up until just about a little over a year ago, you're not allowed to administer any kind of EpiPens, inhalers, giving a child Tylenol, or any kind of medication. So we decided to have several of our staff go through the MAT training, which is medication administration. And that's offered by the Child Care Coordinating Council. And again, it's a very intense program that teaches staff how to administer medication. In the case of a child who has asthma and needs their inhaler, a child who maybe is taking medication for ADD or ADHD, a child who, has a headache and needs a couple of, child Tylenol, things like that. So we are now MAT certified and have been for a little over a year, which is a big concern. There are parents, especially during the holiday happenings weeks, whose kids are on medication, and the medication needs to be administered during the day. and they don't want to have to leave work, come to our building,
Right,
administer
it opens,
right.
it opens up the
Yes, it
programs
definitely.
too. Because I don't know, maybe you know, but certainly the way the media presents it is that there are more children with on medication, whether it's for asthma or ADD, and also I was going to say something. A lot more people, kids have allergies, like they talk
Yes.
about peanut allergies. So I'm just gathering that you see more of that.
Yes, we do see more of that, and we also see more of children who, whose parents have special diets, or whether they be vegetarian or vegan, and we have to be, we are sensitive to all of that.
Well, that's great, because that means the program's open to more people. Because
Yes.
that would, if you didn't have those abilities at the program, then a lot of parents wouldn't be able to bring their kids.
Right.
Yes. So.
Yeah, and you've got kids who have gluten, need gluten-free diets.
Yeah.
Yes, so they're definitely very diverse. There's a lot of needs that kids have that we do try to accommodate. We do everything we can to accommodate. We've also really been able to accommodate kids with special needs more so than we maybe did in the past, which I feel really great about. I like to be able to take all kids and to really be able to address their needs and deal with their needs in the sense that their parents feel comfortable,
Right.
with our program, that when they decide, when they come and they visit, they feel comfortable with the staff, they feel comfortable with what we provide, and they feel like their child is going to be okay there.
Right. So that's great. It
yeah.
Provides a greater experience for those children as
Right,
well.
right.
So.
Yes, kids that go to school and, maybe, especially with regard to some of the younger kids that maybe are in special needs classrooms, but then, when they're with us, they're really, they're just in with the rest of the kids, and that's okay.
Right.
So
Right.
that makes us feel good.
Let me ask one question, because I know parents will be interested in the before and after school programs. That's not a part-time participation thing, is it? That you have to sign up for a whole school year.
No, you do have to. Yeah, you have to sign up for a whole school year. Yeah, obviously, people, in this economy, we've had people who have lost their jobs and then don't need the before and
I
after
didn't even
school
think
program.
about that,
So they
right.
pay monthly. But yes,
Oh, okay.
you have to, you have to sign up, and we assume that you're signing up for the entire school year. Obviously, you don't pay for the entire school year. You pay by the month, and if for any reason, again, we've seen a lot of people who have lost their jobs, circumstances that have led to people saying, I don't need to do the before and after school anymore, I'm going to be withdrawing my child. So they're always free to come back. We take kids at any time during the year.
You do?
Yes,
Okay.
we do. Yes, we just
If there's openings,
If
then
there's openings, yes. And we just recently, 3 kids left because the parent lost their job, and we recently took in 2 new kids. So that remains ongoing, throughout the year.
It's a 5-day-a-week program.
Yes, it
though.
is.
You do sign up for 5 days a week.
Yes,
It's
5
not
days a
something
week.
where-
No, you can't. We don't prorate where you can come 2 days a week or 3 days a week. You can come to just before school or just after school, or you can sign up for both
Oh, you
before
can.
and after
Okay,
school.
all right,
Yes.
okay.
But it is 5 days a
week.
week because we have to hold the spot, and that's important.
Right. It seems like it would be a logistical or scheduling
Yes,
nightmare.
yes, it would
if
be
you
a
started with-
scheduling nightmare. So, but no, but yes, we have, especially in South Colony, middle school starts in 5th grade. So our 5th and 6th graders, they only come after school. And then we do have some families that only need before or after school care. So that's fine. The other thing during summer camp that I need to, I'd like to mention is that Barb Mahaney, who's one of our senior youth services specialists, she runs a volunteer program for 14 and 15-year-olds during the summer. They come on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. She supervises them, and they're kind of like a counselor in training.
Oh.
So we started that a few years ago, and last summer was the first, we had our first, our counselors have to be at least 17. And that again gets into regulations, because if you have a 16-year-old, when you go off-site, they're counted as a camper as opposed to a staff. So our staff have to be at least 17, and we try to do a mix of, 17, 18, 19-year-olds, and then, kids that are 20 and over. So yeah, college-age kids. But anyway, we had a girl who started out the first year in our volunteer program, and she volunteered with us for 3 years, and last summer she became a camp counselor. So that, that was pretty thrilling.
Yeah,
it was thrilling
really.
so that we, and, people can call Barb to get more information on that. And again, they don't have to come both Tuesdays and Thursdays. Some kids can only come Tuesday mornings, some kids only Thursday mornings. Doesn't matter. It just gives them an experience. They're kind of in
job training.
Yes.
I mean, these days I hear that teenagers can't find jobs because
Right.
the parents are taking the jobs.
Yes,
The
and it
teenagers
is. It's
get to do-
become very difficult for kids to find jobs. Kids even 16, 17 years old, it's become very difficult for them to find jobs. The other thing Barb does during the summer is that we have found that parents do not want their kids hanging out at home, even when they're 13 years old. And most 13-year-olds, especially boys, don't want to come to summer camp anymore. So Barb started doing a 4-H program on Mondays during the day, because that's the day we're in the building. And that's just for the older kids, 11, 12, and 13-year-olds. And every Monday, she does a 4-H, project. Now, some of the projects go for 2 weeks, but yes, growing beanstalks, that's gardening. She's brought them over to the crossings where and a couple camp counselors help her out, but where they've explored bugs and things of that nature. They did something with the water in the pond at the crossings I think 2 years ago. They've sewn, make little people, they make little dolls. There's all sorts of projects that they can do, and we work with Albany County Cornell Cooperative Extension to put that together, and they provide us with the materials. So that's just included, that's just a little extra thing that we
So you're
try.
taking care of all ages, it sounds like.
Yes, we are. We're trying.
And I know you have this Toddler Tales as well,
Yes.
talking about the
And
younger
Toddler
ones.
Tales is a program that runs on the school calendar. Okay, so this Friday there will be no Toddler Tales because we're in a vacation week. But that's 10 to 11:30 on Fridays, and the kids come because we have a gym there, and we have lots and lots of toys, age-appropriate toys, and it's kind of it's a socialization time for toddlers as well as a socialization time for parents and caregivers who are just looking to get out and interact with some adults.
Yes,
and
we all know how that is.
Yes. And we do a snack and we do a craft, and there's usually a story time or a song, and we ask for a $1 donation.
Is it drop-in?
Yes, it's drop-in. There's no registration for it. It's just drop-in. It's from 10 to 11:30 on Friday mornings. And Laura Shambo, who's staff at the Youth Bureau, she actually runs that program, and she does a great job with it. So, and we do something special at holidays. At Christmas, we brought in Crick Diefendorf. He plays the guitar and does kids' songs. We have, at Valentine's Day, they did a special Valentine's Day project last week. We do something special for Easter. So anyway, and that's very well attended, especially at this time of the year when people are looking to get out of the house.
Yes. I know a very popular program of yours is the Red Cross babysitting
Yes.
course. And I think someone, just before we started this, when I was downstairs in the tech services of our library, someone was saying they were getting calls about that.
Yes, the babysitting program, again, Laura Shambo does the majority of the babysitting, teaching the babysitting courses, and once they have taken the course, once they complete the course, they are Red Cross certified, okay? And we're doing a babysitting class this week. We usually do them during vacation weeks.
Oh, okay. That's why the call.
Yes,
then.
and
All right.
yes, and during, we also do them during the summer. And Laura does some on Friday, like Friday evenings and Saturdays too. She does about 9 to 10 babysitting courses a year. Lisa Haywood Drake, who is our youth employment advisor, she also teaches 1 or 2 throughout the year in conjunction with Laura. So, and that, yes, that's for children who are middle school, you know, usually 13 to 15 years old. I mean, any age. Well, they need to be at least, you know, like 12 years old, and, you know, and then it can go up to 18. But, you know, usually it's between 13 and 15 years old.
Again, job training. You know,
Yes, it is.
This is something I think that, you know, jobs may be few and far between, but babysitting is always needed.
Yes.
So, you know.
And one of the things we're trying to do is that we're trying to put together, and hope to be doing that in the near future, put together a bulletin board where people can advertise for babysitters, or babysitters can advertise their services on the bulletin board. We get a lot of phone calls from people asking us for you know, do we have a list of
I bet you do,
babysitters?
yeah,
Yes.
because they know you do the babysitting
Yeah.
course.
And we used to do it a long time ago, then we stopped doing it for a while. Now, we're not going to take the responsibility. We're basically going to say, you know, we have a bulletin board. If you need a babysitter, you can post something. Or if, you know, a teenager wants to post that they will babysit, they can put something up there on their own. And we're also going to be doing that bulletin board for seniors, because we have a lot of seniors who will call and say, hey, do you have any kids that might want to do some yard work, right, clean out my garage, you know, help out doing something around my house. And again, it was something we used to do, and we got away from it, and now we're not going to really take responsibility. But if somebody wants to post that I'm looking for a teenager to do yard work and we'll pay $8 an hour or X number, then they can post it on the
so you act
bulletin
like
board.
as a facilitator,
Right.
Whereas that you actually, this is in addition to your, I guess, your job placement.
Well, the job placement has changed quite a bit, Zina. Lisa Haywood Drake is our youth employment advisor, and she works in the schools in in Shaker High School and Colonie Central High School. And she does what's called a Prep for Employment program. And it's really working with kids who, when I say special needs, not necessarily, it could be a range of different issues that the kids may have that would bring them to see Lisa. And she does a whole job training program with them. She has a curriculum that she uses over a period of time. Kids can be with her anywhere from 2 to 4 years. And when they complete that program, she does how to dress for success, interviewing techniques, how you go about when you go in to apply for a job. She'll do mock interviews with them.
Role playing, yeah.
Right, role playing. But she has a whole curriculum that she follows, and the kids are directed to that program through the school districts, through the guidance office.
Okay.
So, and then she also works with South Colony at their GED program, which runs here out of the library, and she comes over on Mondays and does some job training workshops with those kids that are choosing to get their GED as opposed to their diploma. We have on our website, the www.colonie.org, there is a link that will bring you to youth employment, and there is a listing of jobs on the website, because we do have businesses that contact us and say, I'm looking for a lifeguard for the summer.
With.
Yes,
that's what I'm familiar with.
So that is still there. We just don't have anybody to really do the job development piece of it. And again, it's something we're always looking for new ways to try and trigger that interest in the in the business community, getting the
Right.
business community to kind of use our website to advertise for youth.
I want to, we're nearing the end of our time, and I want to give you a chance to tell us about anything we haven't covered. I think you were talking about the theater program.
Yes, this summer again. We're going to be doing a production, youth theater, Colonie Summer Youth Theater, and that again will start the Monday after school ends, June 28th, and the shows will probably be on August 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. We have not worked out the details yet. I'm not quite sure which show we're going to be doing, and people can contact me at the Youth Bureau for more information as we get closer to the time when we do auditions. We usually do auditions in April. The great thing about the program is that we don't turn anyone away. Anybody that tries out is allowed to be in the show. And we always try to pick shows that, accommodates a large cast. And that program is for kids that are 10 years old up to 18 years old.
And this is separate from summer camp.
Yes, this is separate. This goes from 6 to 10, Monday through Friday evenings. Those are rehearsal times. And we run the program at Colonie Central High School in their auditorium. The other thing I'd like to say, just to get out there, we're doing another thing we're changing. We're doing an Easter egg hunt this year as opposed to just breakfast with the Easter Bunny. And that will be on Saturday, March 27th.
2010.
2010 from 10 to 12 at the crossings. And the Easter egg hunt will start at 10 o'clock. Children 5 and under, I have to look at my flyer
Yeah,
here,
go right ahead.
will be doing their egg hunt at the playground, and 5 and up will be doing their egg hunt in the maze. We will also be doing a craft. We'll have cookies and juice in the main meeting house, and we have 2 kids from our Youth Advisory Board that are going to be Mr. and Mrs. Easter Bunny, and we encourage people to bring their cameras and they can take pictures of their kids with, Mr. and Mrs. Bunny. At the
Does this
Overlook.
require registration?
No, this is no registration, and the admission is free. So,
You have so much going
Yes.
on. I mean, it's amazing.
yes, and I also want to, we also will be doing the town's Harvest Fest, also at the crossings, on Sunday, September 26th from 12 to 5, 2010 from 12 to 5. And that's always really well attended, and we'll be doing a lot of kids' activities at that, and we'll have craft vendors as well as food vendors, and we do wagon rides. So, yes, those
Wonderful.
are 2 of the upcoming events. I want to say, too, that open registration for our before and after school program will be April 2nd, Friday, April 2nd, which is Good Friday, and it will start at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Is that something people line up
Yes,
for?
yes. Well, they don't necessarily line up, but people like to know when that's going to be. People that, whose children who are looking for maybe before and after school for the first time, or are changing their before and after school accommodations. So kids that are already in the program can automatically just re-register. It's the same with summer camp. People who have already used our program can just re-register. So our open registration for summer camp starts on March 29th. So,
Great. Why don't you give us your website address and your phone number, and
okay.
just to recite that, so if people didn't get any of this, they can go to the website or make a phone call?
I can be reached, Mary Burke, at 456-2135, and that would be the same for Barbara Mahaney, Laura Shambo, any of our staff, 456-2135. Our website is www.colonie.org, and then you would just go to the Youth Bureau. And my email address is burmar@nicap.rr.com. So you can always email me.
We'll make sure all that is rolls at the end of the
great,
screen, so
great,
that, because there's a lot of information here. And,
Yeah, there is.
You have quite a department running there. And
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. I'm sure that enhances the quality of living in Colonie for sure.
Yes, I would agree.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mary Burke from the Town of Colonie Youth Bureau.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, parenting in the 21st century.